Hey, sweet, sweet. This is Mommy. I am bringing you another reading assignment, and we're just going to read a little bit more about Zendaya. That is Casey Undercover. That's her name. And the girl from Zapped, her actual name is Zendaya. And so I found this book, and I thought you would really like it. And so we've already read, actually, we started reading chapter 2, but I stopped because I wanted to read it little bit by little bit. So we're going to read chapter 2 and chapter 3 today. So they'll both be on this video, or I might do them on separate videos. I don't know. We'll see. But we're going to do chapter 2 and chapter 3 so that you can kind of hear a little bit about what she's doing and what it's all about. So let's continue with chapter 2. Singing and dancing star. Zendaya is not just a talented actor. She started her singing career in 2009 with the Kids Bop albums. She signed a recording deal with Hollywood Records in 2012. She released her first album the next year. It was called Zendaya. She performed concerts around the United States. Making music in February 2016, Zendaya released the song Something New with Chris Brown. It was nominated for the Best Song at the Teen Choice Awards. Fans can't wait for Zendaya's next album. She says she wants to take her time making music. I'm kind of creating my own music and I'm kind of creating my own zone, my own lane as an artist, she explains, dancing to a new beat. In 2013, Zendaya went on the TV competition Dancing with the Stars. Her partner was professional dancer Val Chmerkovskiy. Zendaya had a dance background and played a dancer on Shake It Up, but the competition wasn't easy for her since she was mostly used to hip-hop. She was also the youngest person ever to enter the competition. Still, she made the finale. They didn't win, but it was a great experience for Zendaya. Okay, so I have a couple questions. And remember, when we ask and answer our questions, we look for keywords and we make sure we use those keywords to write a complete response. Okay? So, the first question is, how did Zendaya start her singing career? Well, let's read. I'm going to read the paragraph and then we'll stop when we get to the fact, okay? I'll read it all the way through, then I'll read it again, and the second time we read it, we'll stop when we get to the fact, okay? All right. Zendaya is not just a talented actor. She started her singing career in 2009 with the Kids Bop albums. She signed a recording deal with Hollywood Records in 2012. She released her first album the next year. It was called Zendaya. She performed concerts around the United States. Okay, so now let's listen to it again. The question that I asked is, how did Zendaya start her singing career? Okay, so we have, Zendaya is not just a talented actor. She started her singing career in 2009 with Kids Bop albums. Stop. So if you're listening and you have to recall, it says she started her singing career in 2009 with Kids Bop albums. So let's look at our question. Our question is, how did Zendaya start her singing career? So now, let's put that together. We're going to take the keywords out of the question and use those to formulate a full response, okay? So our keywords is Zendaya start her singing career, okay? So now, since we already discussed it, we're going to say, of course we have to say Zendaya because we need to say who, what started her singing career with Kids Bop albums in 2009. Now, you didn't have to say when, but the more detail the better, because you don't want to leave anything to chance that someone may not understand or did not feel that you completely answered the question, okay? So it says Zendaya started her singing career with Kids Bop albums in 2009. Okay? So we took our keywords and we turned it into a complete sentence. Okay, so again, Zendaya started, not starter, started her singing career with Kids Bop albums in 2009. Okay, Zendaya started her singing career with Kids Bop albums in 2009. All right, okay, let's see. Um, okay, in what category was Zendaya's song with Chris Brown nominated for a Teen Choice Award? In what category was Zendaya's song with Chris Brown nominated for a Teen Choice Award? Okay. In what category was Zendaya's song with Chris Brown nominated for a Teen Choice Award? Excuse me. Now, this is the thing. In this response, it uses a word that isn't implicitly stated. So that means in the text. So it means you're going to have to use your extra brain power to then look at what's implied and then also look at the context clues to figure out if there's a synonym or some sort of implied meaning that would let you know, that will key you into where the answer is. Okay, so let's look at this. In February of 2016, Zendaya released the song Something New with Chris Brown. It was nominated for Best Song at the Teen Choice Awards. Now, some of our keywords in our question were category, Zendaya song, sorry, with Chris Brown, nominated, Teen Choice Awards. Okay? So even though the word category isn't in the paragraph, what we do have is the word Teen Choice Awards and we have nominate. Okay? So I'm going to read it again and then we're going to stop right when we get to the answer. Okay? In February of 2016, Zendaya released the song Something New with Chris Brown. It was nominated for Best Song at the Teen Choice Awards. So now we hear the word nominated. So that was one of our key words. So that clues us in that we're close to the answer. We heard we heard the name Chris Brown, and we heard Teen Choice Awards. So this part in the middle, Best Song, must be the category. Okay? So now let's start our answer. Okay? Um, the category that Zendaya's song with Chris Brown, the category that Zendaya's song with Chris Brown was nominated for, should have, I could have wrote it differently, was Best Song at the Teen Choice Award. Okay, so now let's listen to that response. The category that Zendaya's song with Chris Brown was nominated for was Best Song at the Teen Choice Awards. So we took the keywords out of the question and used it to formulate a full sentence response, and then we wrote it out. Okay, so the category that Zendaya's song with Chris Brown was nominated for was Best Song at the Teen Choice Awards. Okay, and so let's see, let's read some of the captions here. It says, I have so many friends who say yes to everything or feel they can't stand up for themselves in a situation. No, you have power. So that means you don't have to always say yes. Sometimes you can say no, and that's okay. All right. So Zendaya sings the national anthem at the Dodgers game. She's done all kind of stuff. On Dancing with the Stars, Zendaya and Val Chermakovsky dedicated a dance to her grandmother who had breast cancer at the time. Okay, Zendaya has made guest appearances on TV shows such as Ant Farm and Good Luck Charlie. Those are songs that those, because Ant Farm is with China. I know that's a show you like. That's the girl that sings Calling All the Monsters, Calling All the Monsters. And I can't remember Good Luck Charlie, but I know that that's a show you enjoy as well. Okay, now let's go on to chapter 3. Well, actually, yeah, let's go on to chapter 3. In 2016, Zendaya landed her first movie role. She played Michelle in the movie Spider-Man: Homecoming. As she did in KC Undercover, Zendaya added her own ideas to the character. She decided that Michelle would not wear makeup and would carry tea around with her. The film was a success with critics and audiences. It made over $880 million. Although she was not the star of the movie, Zendaya won a 2017 Teen Choice Award for Choice Summer Movie Actress. Zendaya says, there were a lot of opportunities that came my way that would not have been the right choice, but I wanted to do quality projects, cool things that made me excited, and I didn't care if I only had one line. So Zendaya wants you to feel empowered, okay? This is Zendaya attending. Zendaya attends the premiere of Spider-Man: Homecoming in Hollywood. She made the most of a small part in the film. People loved her character's sense of humor. From Spider-Man to Showman. Just a few months after Spider-Man was released, Zendaya got a lead role in another major movie, The Greatest Showman. It was a musical, which was not a problem for Zendaya. I've been in love with musicals since I was a kid, she said. Zendaya starred as Ann Wheeler with Hugh Jackman and Zac Efron, and was a trapeze artist in the circus. Zendaya was offered a stunt double, but she chose to do her own stunts. She chose to do all the trapeze work herself. Michael Gracie, the film's director, said I would shout out a direction or give her the slightest adjustment, and while flying through the air, she'd do it. She also recorded music for the movie, including the song Rewrite the Stars. I'm just going to keep reading. When Zendaya was just 18, she was invited to attend the Academy Awards. She chose to wear a striking white dress. She wore her hair in long dreadlocks. Most of the fashion world fell in love with her, but one television commentator made an unkind remark about her hairstyle. When she heard it, Zendaya was angry. Still, she reacted calmly. She wrote a letter and placed it on her Instagram account. In it, she named a number of respected people of color who wear their hair in locks. She said, my wearing my hair in locks on an Oscar red carpet was to showcase them in a positive light, to remind people of color that our hair is good enough. Zendaya has more than 46 million followers on Instagram, which is really a lot. Zendaya made a splash at the 2015 Academy Awards. So let's look again. Helping others, Zendaya has become a role model. In 2015, she was named one of Time magazine's top influential teens. She said, I'm really proud of the fact that use I'm able to use people knowing my name and knowing who I am for good things. Every year, Zendaya spends her birthday doing charity work. She works with a group called Convoy of Hope and provides food around the world for those who need it. For her 18th birthday, she asked her fans to help her raise money for the poor children in Haiti, Tanzania, and the Philippines. To me, locks are a symbol of strength and beauty, almost like a lion's mane. Okay, let's see. Zendaya attended an event for the charity Children Mending Hearts. She also supports Toys for Tots, Friends for Change, and Operation Smile and Donate My Dress. In 2017, for her 21st birthday, Zendaya did not celebrate with a wild party. She did not feel the need to drink and wanted to focus on her work. That year, she chose to raise money for the victims of Hurricane Harvey. Zendaya realizes that she's had a very full life for such a young person. She says, it's been an amazing ride. I'm proud of what I've accomplished, but there's so much more to do. What will the rising star do next? So let's look. Zendaya was born in 1996 on September 1st in Oakland, California. So we have another timeline. A Remember Timelines tells us what happened. Okay. In 2010, she landed the role of Rocky Blue on Disney Shake It Up. In 2012, she signed her recording deal with Hollywood Records. In 2013, she became the runner-up on Dancing with the Stars. She released her first album that September. In 2015, she attended the Academy Awards wearing dreadlocks. And she also started Casey Undercover. In 2016, she started her clothing line called Daya by Zendaya. And in 2017, she appeared as Michelle in the movie Spider-Man: Homecoming. And she won a Teen Choice Award for the Choice Summer Movie Actress. And she appears as a trapeze artist in The Greatest Showman. So she's done quite a bit to be so young. She's in her early 20s. So that tells you it doesn't matter how old you are. It matters how focused and how driven you are. You can achieve anything you put your mind to because you are brilliant and you're made in the image of a limitless God. There's nothing that you can't do. I love you, my dear, and I'll speak to you soon. Mwah. Peace, peace, peace.